It's Wulf, and it's the second part of the Lake First 15. As I mentioned in the first part, this game is a pretty narrative game, so I wanted to do... They sent me 2 keys also, so I decided to do first part, gameplay on PC, no commentary, because there's voice acting and narrative and all that type of stuff. And then the second part of the video, I said I would go hop on the Xbox version, because they also sent me a key for the Xbox version, play to about the same point as I got in the first 15 that I did on the PC version, and then continue, and then talk about stuff while playing in this video. So this is live commentary over the video, so there might be more like ums and breathing and stuff like that than usual, because I don't really do that much live commentary anymore. But anyway, let's continue. I got to literally the same exact point as I did in the PC version of the game and then saved, so we'll see where the game actually puts us. So yeah, I need to get the timer ready because I haven't started that yet. I'm going to start it once, Chair Creek, once the game loads in. I've noticed that is one negative about this game, that the loading times for it are pretty long on both PC and Xbox. I'm playing on Xbox One, by the way, so I don't know if it might be better on Xbox. On Xbox One, it runs okay. You guys will see in a minute what I mean by that. I would say, if you're interested in getting the game and you have the choice between the PC version and the Xbox version, you should probably get the PC version. So yeah, but you guys will see the performance in a minute anyway. I'm also probably going to try to like shut the microphone off when characters talk and stuff, so I'm not like talking over characters, so that too. Alright, so the game has loaded in, and it did save and put us right exactly where I had saved. So this is exactly where I saved, so let's start the timer. I'm not usually one to care all too much about loading times or anything like that, but this game does have some pretty significant loading, at least on the first load in. It doesn't seem to really load that much once you're actually in the game. Anyway though, so let's get to the game, and I'll tell you guys my impressions from playing that 15 minutes on the PC version and then now playing the Xbox version. So well, for one, here's one thing I noticed. This mail truck, so this is a really small thing. This mail truck looks kind of like a combination between a bigger normal like carrying truck for, you know, bringing stuff places, and like combined with what's it called, a Grumman LLV, I think is what it is, which is like the mail trucks they use in the US and Canada. Something that I've noticed is that mail trucks in real life in the US are right-hand drive, and this is not. But the thing is, when it comes to like larger trucks though, they aren't. So it's a little bit weird. I have no idea if we're at 200 Lake Road, or I think we're at 200 Lake Road.
Well, hello there, big cuddly guy.
So and that might not seem like a big deal, but actually it's kind of annoying sometimes when you're playing the game, since Meredith gets out on the left-hand side of the truck, and a lot of the times, you know, when you pull up, you have to get out, you have to go to the right-hand side, so I kind of wish that they had made it so, lots of cats, so that way it was right-hand drive vehicle. But yeah, we'll see if anybody answers.
Oh, look, Genevieve, a new mailman. Hello there. What's your name then?
Hi, Miss Jenkins, right? I'm Meredith. Meredith Weiss?
Weiss, of course. You're Emily's girl, aren't you? This is Meryl Weiss, Genevieve. She used to live in town years and years ago.
22 years to be exact, but who's counting?
Has it been that long? That's almost 2 Genevieves ago. Calm down, Genevieve. You're going to live forever. She isn't, but shh. You do remember me, don't you?
How could I forget Miss Mildred Jenkins? And her cats, of course. Seems like they've multiplied.
Yes, I do like cats. Is that such a crime? So what if I have slightly more of them than I used to? Like Genevieve here, and Thomas, and Oliver. Anyway, did you have a package for me then?
Yes, here you go.
Ah, thank you, dear. Looks like another gift from my son. Still doing everything to get into my good graces, except actually drop by.
I'm sure he means well. He's probably just busy.
That's what he says. That's probably what you say to poor Emily, too. Anyway, I won't keep you any longer. Run along, dear. Give Emily my best.
Goodbye, Miss Jenkins. Genevieve.
So as you guys can see from that little clip there, this game is definitely a pretty narrative-focused game. I believe it's also kind of short. You play as Meredith Weiss, as you guys can see, and she is covering for her dad, who is one of the town's mailmen, and so it's kind of like she goes on vacation to her hometown while her parents go on a vacation elsewhere. So that's kind of the general plot of the game. I believe it takes place over 2 weeks, and so it's not super long. I saw some people on Twitter saying that it was shorter than they thought, but honestly, I think that's kind of a good thing sometimes, because I just played through the Outer Worlds, and it took me like way longer than I thought to finish, so it's kind of nice to have a bit of a shorter game.
I've got some mail for this address.
You're not Frank.
I'm Meredith Weiss. I'll be delivering your mail for a while.
And Frank just gave you the keys to the goose?
The goose?
Yes, your white and wobbly van, duh. I'm Lori, I'm Providence Oaks' mechanic. And I'm the one who keeps the goose running.
Well, Thomas is my father. Does that count?
Thomas! Yes, that surely counts. My father has been teaching me since the day I was born. There is no one better in PO than me. And I have to get back to work now. But I suppose you may drive the goose. On one condition. If there's ever anything wrong with it, you bring it back to me, yes?
All right, I promise.
Good! Perfect. Did Frank tell you about the radio?
No?
It currently only receives the local station. Plus, sometimes it cuts out altogether. If that happens, just give it a big old bang on the dashboard and that should fix it right up. I'm working on it, I promise.
Okay, thanks, Lori.
No problem, Miss W.
Another thing that I think is pretty cool about kind of the narrative in this game is that it takes place like it's been a really long time since Meredith has returned to Providence Oaks, because like you have a lot of games out there that do that kind of thing where check the map, make sure I'm going the right direction. Also, this I like kind of how simple the layout of Providence Oaks is. It's pretty small, but I like that it's just one big circle. For a game where you have to deliver mail and go places, it keeps it nice and easy to like see where things are. Like sometimes when you get indie games that have sort of larger maps like this level is pretty big, even though it's like pretty straightforward. It's very easy to navigate in this game, and I was worried that could have been a problem with it, and it isn't at all. But what I was saying, I think it's cool how there's a lot of games out there that have, you know, like somebody returning to somewhere they haven't been in a long time. But this game takes place a long time after Meredith left for college. Like 22 years is as long as I've been alive in general. And I feel like a lot of games, when they do that sort of like return to the hometown thing, they don't usually make it that long. So I think it's pretty cool that they made it like that length of time, because I think it's sort of unique. And also, Meredith is a unique protagonist as well, because she's in her 40s, I think, and you just don't really see that many female 40-something protagonists in video games. I mean, even in general, like older protagonists like that, whenever you do see them, they're just like an action hero or something, some grizzled action hero. But Meredith is not that at all. So it's just nice how like calm this game is overall. One other thing I want to note real quick, before I guess we really get too far into delivering this piece of mail in case it talks to us again. The frame rate, as you guys can tell on the Xbox One version, seems to be a little bit lower than on the PC version. I think for a game like this that's not really like combat oriented or anything, it's fine. It doesn't really like get in the way or anything like that. But I do hope that they improve it with some future patches. Again, though, I don't know if that might just be because I'm playing on Xbox One instead of
As of today,
Xbox Series X or S.
Great. I'm Robert. Nice to meet you.
likewise, I'm Meredith. And here's your mail.
Thanks. I better open this right away. Oh, what the
That doesn't sound good.
crap? That's what it sounds like. Bull crap. Freshly baked bull crap.
Not good indeed. I'll be on my way. Bye.
Yeah, you too. Bye. And pardon my French.
So it looks like we've delivered all the mail, so now we are gonna go back to the post office. I'm not sure. I know that this game has like a big focus on like after you're done with your work for the day, like being able to do other stuff and like social activities. Because one of the things in like the description on Keymailer was something about like, oh, do you start a relationship and that kind of stuff. So, well, as I smash the mail truck, another kind of funny thing, I you know the this game takes place in the U.S. because it's in Oregon, but they don't have any actual like postal service marks anywhere, which I'm sure that the reason for that is probably because post office stuff is like copyrighted, all the symbols and everything, I bet. But I just think it's kind of funny that like the postal truck is just like really blank and everything. But yeah, and I don't think they even say, like, I haven't heard them say like the postal service or anything like that. But yeah, also another thing, I would heavily suggest, regardless of what platform you're playing it on, to try to play it with a controller. I mean, I suppose the only platform where you wouldn't be able to do that would be PC. But if you're able to play with a controller, I would heavily suggest doing so because there's a lot of driving in this game. So driving games just work better with a controller usually. But I mean, the actual like walking controls and everything work fine on mouse and keyboard. Like you can play it fine without a controller, just kind of like the driving is smoother and easier to do with one. Trying to think if I had any other thoughts, but I'm not really sure. So I think that's kind of all the things that I had to say immediately. I think there's an autopilot too somehow that you can turn on the truck. I really like just the environment of this game. As I've said already a few times, it's just really nice to no, there's postal service. No, I was wrong. It does say postal service. But there's no postal service symbols anywhere or anything like that. It's nice to see a game that's just like calm and not super intense. And in a lot of ways, well, I'll say it afterwards because there's probably going to be some dialogue here.
Hello?
Hi, Meredith. It's Mom. How are you? How's the job?
Hi, Mom. I'm doing great. It's so relaxing to be outside and drive around.
That's great to hear. Dad says it's strange not having to drive the truck anymore.
I can imagine that. How is Dad? Can he handle all this freedom?
Don't get me started. He went on 2 fishing boat trips already. And then there's the late night poker with his new buddies. Oh, I'm almost out of coins. I'm calling from a bar and Dad's ordering a margarita again. Talk soon.
Let's see what's on TV tonight.
Previously on Bon Appetit.
Has anyone seen Henri?
Yeah, he's in the kitchen, unpacking the new tableware.
Henri! Did someone call me?
So what I was going to say before we got to see Henri making mistakes there. Okay, so when I saw this game, I want to make this comparison even though it's going to sound really weird. When I first saw this game, oh hey, the radio's on. When when return to the post office. Wait, that's kind of weird. Because we were already. Is the mail in the truck? It should be. Wait, hang on. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons here. Okay, so we have to deliver to some different places. I suppose if we go this way, if we take a left and then go all the way up, take a right, go around that, and then okay. What was I gonna say? So this is gonna sound like a really weird comparison for this game. The reason I was interested in this game, I saw it, and it reminded me a lot of Deadly Premonition, which is one of my sort of favorite games. There's problems with it, but I think it's like one of those games that people hate on unnecessarily. Like, it's a cult classic and everything, but I think it's like a genuinely good game besides all the performance issues. But anyway, which makes sense because that game also takes place in like the American Northwest. But just the atmosphere of this game and that game remind me a lot of each other. Now, obviously, so far as I've seen, this game does not include anything murderous or anything like that. But, you know, I think that it's like, sometimes games just do so much, and it's nice to see a game that is, like, very focused on sort of, like, just being a narrative game. So, we are actually almost at the 15 minutes here. So I guess we'll try to do this little area of packages and then I'll end the video. But overall, I really like this game.
We have established communication with ground control. How do you wish to proceed?
Tell them we've landed the rocket.
Ground control, we have landed the rocket. We will now begin our experiments.
Package for the Evans family?
Just a minute. Commander Grace, permission to explore?
Permission granted.
Yep, we're the Evans family. Could I just take that real quick? I'm kind of in the middle of a lunar landing.
Sure. Here you go. Nice helmet, by the way.
Why, thank you. I actually modeled it on the Apollo 11 crew outfit. Wait, what? Meredith?
Guilty as charged. I'm sorry. Who are you?
What? For real? You don't recognize your old best friend when you see her?
Wait a minute. Kay?
Great. And now I busted my colander. I knew opening the door in this thing was a bad idea.
I'm sorry. I didn't recognize you with the colander thing. The helmet.
Yeah, clearly. But it seems I'm not the only one who came in disguise.
Got me there. You're Kay Evans now?
Don't sound so surprised. But yes, I married Barry Evans. I'm sure you remember our high school star quarterback.
Mom!
Be right there, Commander Grace! Scanning for alien life forms. That's my little scientist back there. She's crazy about space travel, as you may have guessed, even after the whole Challenger thing.
Sounds like you're doing great. I'm happy for you.
Well, obviously a lot can happen in 22 years, so...
Time flies.
So, I heard you were back in town for a while. From Maureen.
That's right. I ran into her yesterday at the diner. The kitchen caught fire, so your Uncle Stan is gonna have a field day.
Nope. It's Mo's diner now. Like I said, a lot of things happened while you were away. Also, I work there now. At the diner.
That's great. Maybe I'll drop by sometime.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ready for a liftoff!
Listen, I'm sorry, but I don't really have time for this right now. Can't get stuck on the moon on my own, and I have to get ready for work. See you around, Em.
Good to see you, Kay. Evans!
Commander Grace, hold up! You'll never guess what I just found.
You can say that again.
I feel like I was saying something, but then that dialogue section was kind of long, so I totally lost my train of thought. Yeah, what I think I remember now. I was saying, overall, I really think this game is pretty cool, and you know, I'm glad that I saw it on Keymailer and requested a key for it. There's definitely some glitches on the Xbox version, though, as you guys can see. Like, we keep getting that return to post office thing, even though we need to deliver all the mail first. But, yeah, I could almost maybe see myself doing a playthrough of this in the future. Not anytime soon, because the game just came out, and I want to, you know, give people time to play it themselves first, but maybe a playthrough in the future. I've said that before, though, and haven't really gotten to it. I just have so many video ideas all the time. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and deliver this last package on this street here, and then that'll be it for this first 15. But overall, I would say this is a game worth checking out. I've definitely noticed that, like, it seems like they did a pretty big influencer campaign on this as well, so I'm sure that there's probably other people that you might watch that have covered it too if you want to see more of it. I've seen a lot of people talking about this on Twitter and stuff lately, and a bunch of stuff popping up on YouTube. And you, oh my god, back to the present. I have that exact poster in my room, but the real one. That's hilarious. What was I gonna say? Trying to think before dialogue hits in. Because I know there's gonna be dialogue here. Hang on, let me pause and think of what I was trying to say. Oh, other influencers. Well, I'm not really an influencer, but other people have gotten keys for this game. I know. Usually, if I got a key, you can tell that it was like a really big influencer campaign that they were doing because my channel is so small. But yeah, there's more gameplay out there if you want to see more of it and stuff.
How can I help you?
Got a package for you, ma'am.
Hold on. You're our new postal worker? Talk about not looking the part.
Is that a compliment?
Trust me, it definitely is.
Well, thank you then. Name's Meredith, by the way. Meredith Weiss.
Angie, Eastman. So, what brings you to Providence Oaks?
Grew up here, and now I'm back to do my dad a favor.
Ah, I myself have been here for 6 years.
And what brings you here?
Didn't grow up here, came to do myself a favor.
Touche, Mrs. Eastman.
Miss.
So, how's business?
It's booming. People in Providence Oaks sure like their movies. I guess it's because there's not much else to do around here. Might as well watch a flick, right?
You certainly have a lot of them.
Choice is everything. Nothing quite tickles the imagination like the right movie at the right time.
Maybe I should watch more movies. Well, it was nice meeting you, Miss Eastman.
Call me Angie. And here, someone just returned this, and it should be right up your alley.
The postman always rings twice? My kind of humor.
Well, I don't know anything else about you, Mrs. Temporary Postal Worker.
Miss. But touche, Angie. All right. I'll check it out if I have the time.
Take your time. This isn't exactly the most popular flick in the shack, and there's plenty of choice regardless.
Okay. Well, it was nice meeting you, Miss Angie.
Same here, Miss Meredith.
Were they just flirting? Anyway, this game really does such a good job also from what I've seen of just like capturing that like rural small town America vibe. I mean, I've lived in and been to, you know, many like small town rural America places, and they have the video stores and everything. Oh, VHS and Betamax. I've never, that is one thing, I've never seen a video rental store that has Betamax. Wait a minute, hang on. This game takes place in the 1980s, doesn't it? I just remembered that. Yeah, so that actually explains this a lot more. Anyway, though, you guys get what I mean. I was gonna say, what rental store would still have VHS? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This has been the second part of the first 15 on this game. It's actually been a first 23 according to my stopwatch. So, yeah, this is a game that I would suggest checking out. I would say check out the PC version rather than the Xbox version if you have the option, but the Xbox version seems okay for me so far. I've seen some people on Twitter say there's some glitches and stuff, but the developers seem pretty cool game. Check it out, I would say, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.